Sent on their way, Prince of Taranto, a little bit sluggish out the gates, but ridden out now to get a bit closer, and Giuseppe's Song was also slow. Guitar King is the leader on the outside. Murphy Station is right there. Time to Remember's in the blue silks. Then Prince of Taranto. They're followed further back by Sylvan Park. Angelicus is further back in the run. Then comes King's Council. On the outside of that is George with the red cap. Techno Savvy's about 6 or 7 lengths off them. Alfredo's in front of that. And then comes Summerfield. And it's now Murphy Station by a length and a half. Guitar King is at the rail back in second. Then A Time to Remember in third place. That's about 2 lengths off the leader. Then Prince of Taranto. And then Alfredo's on the outside. They're followed by Jaws. Further back in the run then on the inside, King's Council. Then Techno Savvy. Angelicus is further back. Murphy Station brings him in. Guitar King's the first one, about £2. Prince of Taranto's towards the inside. They are followed by Time to Remember. Alfredo's also running on. Guitar King is now putting its stride together. And Guitar King comes into the lead. Prince of Taranto's thrown out a challenge. Down the inside, Alfredo's running on. But it's Guitar King over the last 150 metres from Prince of Taranto. And Guitar King's finding the line. Wins it from Prince of Taranto. Alfredo ran third. Maybe Techno Savvy ran fourth. Number 5, Guitar King, the tote favourite, 210, 120 wins it. This the son of Jackson for host of owners Smith Barley, Michael and Tony Riverland, and they win by a length and a quarter, also trained by Tony Riverland and bred by Favour Stud. Second will go to Prince of Taranto. Alfredo will run into the third position. And that fourth placing, it's close. Maybe Murphy Station just hold on from Techno Savvy, but that fourth place does get close. So Guitar King number 5 at 210. The tote favourite was always prominent under Lyle Hewitson and finds more to win it from Prince of Taranto. Until the running of the second race, it's a 1-2 for Tony Riverland. Back to the studio.
The first race on a Boxing Day in the country has gone the way of number 5, Guitar King. He's put those 2 disappointing runs behind him, and he's bang into the winner's enclosure, and it's a 1-2 for Tony Riverland. But we'll get to all that in a moment, because Wilfred is the gentleman that's standing here. He's thrilled, and he's got his R1,000 on behalf of Hollywoodbets and on behalf of Gold Circle. He's thrilled with his 1,000. Well done, Tony. All this horse needed was Graham Hawkins and I to go against him, and he would romp. Well done, on a serious note.
Yeah, thank you, Warren. I mean, I think he had the form to win a race like this. It wasn't the strongest of fields. We opted to come down in distance because he's inclined to over-race slightly over the longer distances, and from a good draw in a 7 furlong, you know, we leave it to Lyle. He did the right thing. He was in front. Something decided to go quicker. And then, as Lyle said, he came off the fence just before they turned foam. He didn't want to restrict a big striding horse like that. I'd see a long way out he'd win it. Very pleased with the second horse's run.
Yes.
I said there wouldn't be. I said to Dees, the second horse is improving, and I had a good feeling I'd win the exacta today. I had that feeling, and you know, a few times.
Nothing
you know what
wrong.
I'm like.
Nothing wrong with that.
But I'm not firing big, and I'm very pleased for the connections of both Lance Michael. He's been a great supporter, and Terry, and it's wonderful to have them in the horse. And obviously, you know, it's nice when you. It's been a long time in coming, and so I'm really happy for them. I know Lance is down the south coast. I was hoping maybe he'd drive up, but I think he's a bit gun-shy of this one.
Well, there were a couple of us that were a bit gun-shy of him, but glad that he's bounced back and he's won well. And certainly now maybe over the shorter distance we can follow him, but he's won well, and the second horse no doubt won't be a maiden for too much longer. Let's talk about the rest of your runners, Ravi. Anything else we can include into our bets?
Look, I've got Catalyst in the next race, drawn 16 out of 16. She doesn't have gate speed. She's going to be sitting a long way back, so I don't think she's going to be able to win from that draw. If she runs into the money, I'll be delighted. The old man, Vane Calder, I've prepped him for this race. I couldn't have him any better. I don't think it's easy to beat Baby Shoes, but if he just comes here in a galloping mood, the way he is, he's really well in himself. I think he'll account very well. Ingest extremely well. I'm happy she's better drawn today, so she should be able to sit midfield. Look, there's 2 strong horses in the race, Kevin's and Wendy's. I think those are 2 well above average fillies. But And Jess, I'm quietly confident she's going to run a big race.
Tony, all the best to you and your team, your patrons that are involved in all your horses. Well done, and all the best for the festive season.
Yeah, Warren, I'd really like to wish all the race goers out there, you know, the guys that follow this game week in, week out, year in, year out. Without them, we don't have an industry. So wonderful, you know, all the very best to all the owners out there and all the race goers, the punters, everyone that does their bit in racing, the staff too, the management and staff to keep this thing going. It's not easy, and well done to everyone. I wish them the best for the new year.
Well said. Well said. Now, let's get Lyle into the winners area. You've drawn first blood on this glorious Boxing Day. Hot out there, but a wonderful win, wonderful race. As Tony said, you could see as you were turning for home, you were going to be tough to peg back.
Yeah, look, on paper, I thought, well, at least on his more prominent runs, definitely the horse to beat. And I think the drop-in trip was the answer today. You know, he just seems to, with that big action, that not that he's fighting, but he wants to use it a bit more than what he can over the 17 and slow run miles. So definitely a lot more things in his favour today. He got out really well from the gates, and we established our position. We got nice cover throughout the race, and just as we climbed that hill, the pace sort of came back, and he got a little bit on the chewy, and I didn't want to break his stride. He did get onto the bit, so I peeled off at that stage, and he seemed to prick his ears and just extend his action more. And when I sat down and got after him, he lowered and he ran through with it. So it was a lovely maiden victory, and I do think he's got scope. Hopefully this gives him the confidence to go on, but a nice win and a great way to start the day.
Rest of your rides, it'd be remiss if we didn't talk about them or get some feedback from you. And what are you expecting, Lyle?
Yeah, it's a pity two of my rides were scratched. They were nice rides, but nonetheless, I think today the rides are consistent. So they should be pretty much in the money all day, and we'd like to be back here. So yeah, we'll be trying hard.
New sponsors?
Yeah, fantastic. I hope that my team Kuda has had a good Christmas, and we go forward for the rest of the year and into the new year with good fashion. So yeah, I'm privileged to be a part of them, and I hope everyone, if they got one New Year's resolution, it's to get onto Kuda.
It's they've certainly chosen the right ambassador. Well done.
Thank you very much. Just well done to Mr. Rivelant and Terry and the whole team. They do a superb job, and it's lovely to get these opportunities. To their patrons, lovely belated Christmas present, so well done to them, and thanks.
Spot on. Hopefully we see you later.
Thanks very much.
Lyle Hewitson, always a pleasure talking to him on air, off air, socially, working wise. Lovely to have him in the winners' enclosure. Lyle Hewitson, bang, in the winners' enclosure, Guitar King. 5, 6, 9 and 10. Those are the numbers that you're going to need for race 1. Race 1 has come and gone. Race 2 around the corner. Don't forget, also, Cape Town Racing starts in a little while.